So here we have the Hudl that originally I thought couldn't open at all because it looks so sealed. But I discovered you can use one of these craft knives. I wouldn't recommend a Stanley knife, and you'll find out why a bit later on in the video. But you very carefully go through the edge and it lifts up like this. And you just have to carefully go round and just sort of lever it. I'm using a very small electrical screwdriver, which you're going to need a craft knife and a very small straight line electrical screwdriver. You can have a Phillips one as well, but it's got to be a very small one. Right, so you sort of leverage it off, and then eventually all the way around it will come off. I didn't show all the leveraging in the video because it just would have been a bit boring. Right, this is the bit that we're going to replace. Right, so this is the power. Yeah, this is the power source, which often gets broken in the Hudl, and I'll show you the new one, the old one, like where it's got broken a bit later on in the video if you keep watching. Right, this battery, that's the battery with the yellow thing around it. You've got to leverage that off again because it's glued down, so you've got to do it quite carefully because there's a ribbon underneath it that you don't want to damage. So just carefully again, use the craft knife. With this one you can use a Stanley knife, but since we've got the craft knife you can just see how I'm doing it here. Just leverage it, you'll hear it kind of crackle and pop as the glue kind of eases. You can see it just ease then. Then I'll use the screwdriver to do it a little bit more as I'll get some space underneath. The battery, I kind of use it to ease it up. Okay, I'm not going to show you all of that because it's going to be boring, so the clip's going to switch forward a bit to what I've done. Okay, I'm still leveraging. Okay, do take your time with this bit, because there's a ribbon that goes through the middle underneath that goes to the circuit board for the power cable. Power socket, I should say. So there I am, kind of taking a breath and wondering if I'm damaging anything, but what I'm showing you here now is the power socket and how you remove it. There's two clasps, black clasps on either side there where I'm pointing with the knife, and you push that out. When you push that out, it's basically releasing the whole that little circuit board. Okay. Right, there's a battery. The battery's come off. Here I've just pulled it off. Now be careful, on the left hand side you can see that it's connected to 4 wires, so you don't want to disconnect that. Okay, you can see the ribbon that's basically transferring the electrical information to the power source. So the power goes through that to the rest of the equipment, so you don't want to damage that, because if you damage that, that's a much bigger job. Right, you can see the battery there. I haven't completely removed it, I've just kind of eased it to one side. Okay, you can see me now lifting off the circuit board. Alright, there you go. Took the screws off. You can see the two little holes on each side. Okay, there it is. That's the one that I've removed. You can see where the little lines are. That's where I've pulled it out after releasing the two little black levers. It simply pulls off. You can see that kind of striped mark. That's actually gold. It doesn't actually look striped. Just the camera, the way the camera does it. Right, okay, so this is the new one. It's identical, except for it hasn't got that little white sticker on it. Oops, my finger's in the way there. Hopefully it'll get out of the way. Right, you can see that's the end of the power source that's going to be sticking out through the little hole. Then you can put your power cable in. Okay. Right, here we go. We're going to slide it in. Okay, I'm just showing you. That's the new one. I'm going to try to focus in here. That's the one that's broken. So a little bit metal bit in the middle, over time, just sort of cracks and breaks off. So there's no connection to your wire going through the power socket through that ribbon, and that's why your Hudl doesn't work anymore, doesn't power up anymore. Okay, you can see the little gold strip at the end of the power ribbon. Now we're going to slide the new one on, and that power socket is going to slide underneath the red bit. There's a space for it. So first of all you put that bit in first, and then you clip it down, and then you slide that bit in just underneath that white bit. And then you've got the two black clips on either side. Alright, you need to shut those back up again so it holds the ribbon inside. Now make sure to push the ribbon right up inside. Okay. Right, there it is. It's all clipped in. I'll push that up, and I'll push that one in. Do not touch the ribbon with your knife or your screwdriver. Okay, that's where the power source is. It's got clipped in, and there's kind of little guide marks there to make sure we've got it in the right place. Yep, clip that in, make sure it's all clipped in and secure. That way when your children throw the Hudl around, it doesn't slip out. So those clasps just hold the ribbon into the power circuit board. Yep, there you go. I'm just making sure that they're in, because I thought they were in, they weren't. So I just gave them an extra push. You've got to do it carefully, because again, you don't want to slip. Go to video